Today on episode 266 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, our NFL Week 1 recap, college football weekend recap, and the TCF top 3 of yard games. Let's roll.
I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs! And peace.
Hello and welcome back, Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 266. Make sure to find us on X at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Give those pages a like as well. You can find all of our content in video form on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe there. Wherever you get your podcast, we are there as well. So subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars. Wherever you get your podcast, make sure you check us out there. You can find me on X down here in the corner at Boomy TCF. And of course, the man that I'm joined with tonight over here, that is Zach, and he is at Lilia TCF. Zach, we had a nice little week of fall preview weather this week, but I think it's going back up.
Yeah. I knew we weren't going to have it for a while, but I'll take a little bit of it, but it can warm up a little bit.
Yeah, our house got down to like 65 last night, so I'm okay with it warming up a little bit the next couple days.
Yeah, we don't have to go right into fall weather. We can, I'd like some 70s, 65s. It doesn't have to get cold quickly.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's stay in the low 70s, high 60s, as long as we can, because this week has me feeling like a brutal winter is upon us.
But the problem for me is when I go into work, there's probably a 20 to 25 degree difference for when I leave work because it's nighttime.
100%.
So it's always going to be chillier when I leave than when I get there.
What's your car been when you get there at 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning. It's cold, and it's like it used to be the humidity, and now it's just when it's cold, it's like it's always just like damp.
Yeah,
and it kind of sucks to you turn the windshield wipers on. There's bugs that are already on there, and then you turn on because it's damp, and it just smears everything.
Have you had to turn your heated seats on yet?
Not yet.
I did.
Sometimes I do turn them on just because they're nice to have on, even if, like, let's say your back kind of hurts a little bit.
Yep.
I sometimes just have it on just for that simple fact.
I can't remember what day it was or what I was doing, but I did turn them on briefly. It might have been late Friday night when I was heading home, and it was like 50 degrees. That might have been when I had turned them on, but I've only busted them out once.
At work, they have a massage chair. So ooh. I actually stay probably 15, 20 minutes after work and use the massage chair.
That's
and
perfect.
It heats you up a little bit too.
That's awesome. I need to get one of those at my work. I'm not on my feet and doing as physical labor as you are, but
usually they're getting used like at break time and at lunchtime and stuff like that. So everyone leaves right after work, and I stay around for an extra, like I said, 15, 20 minutes and use it because I know no one will be using it then.
Dude, that's genius. I love that.
Everyone's kind of like, well, don't you want to leave? Like even
You're
some
like, it's 2:30 in the morning. What am I going to go do?
Yeah, some people are leaving, and then some people have to stick around a little bit longer and leave probably a half hour after we all get to leave. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you still here? And it's like, because this massage chair is awesome and I don't want to buy one.
Yeah, exactly. I don't got a couple grand laying around for a massage chair.
But they are very cool. If you can't afford one, they're awesome.
I'm going to have to start saving up. That's going to end up going on my Christmas list.
Hi, you might have to. It might be Christmas, birthday, next Christmas.
All right, fine. We got a deal. Let's get into things. As always, we've got sinkers and floaters. My sinker this week is NFL Red Zone. First of all, I almost forgot to add it to my Hulu account. I did that at 11:56 this morning before the noon kickoff games. It's just like a $10 add-on to my Hulu Live, but actual commercials coming to Red Zone here soon.
Oh, which is not surprising because they're going to ESPN next year.
Is that okay? So the commercials haven't started yet, right?
I don't know. I did not watch it today.
Okay, because if they did, I didn't notice it.
But I mean, it's not surprising because when it's on ESPN, there's no way it's not going to be. It's not. There's going to be commercials on ESPN, so it's a good way of getting you ready for that. Because I'm pretty sure next year is when it moves to ESPN.
Yeah, it's either 26 or 27.
But yeah, I mean, it's honestly surprising it's taken this long to get commercials.
Yeah, and like I know that I don't think it's going to go to like a full screen commercial. Like they're still going to have games on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, you get to watch it's the red zone of every game, especially at the 3:00 games. It's surprising that there isn't commercials because there's not always action going on in the.
Especially think about those weeks where there's like 3 afternoon games. But my other sinker this week is us because we forgot to start our NFL pick'em.
That's fine because I did one and it was pretty bad. See, we don't want to do this first week anyways because you don't know what's going to happen, and we're making excuses. But it's also one of those things too. It's like these guys they don't practice like they used to, so this is really like their first time really practicing in pads and stuff like that. Because you think about it, they probably within training camp 10 to 15 times actually practice like with pads on it, and it's tough.
Oh, it's probably not even that high.
No, it's one of those things. It's like sorry, I'm watching this game. Lamar Jackson is amazing.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, week one is always kind of ugly, you'd say.
Yep, because we both do a Survivor League, and I picked the Cincinnati Bengals again and was biting my teeth all the way to the end of it, or biting my fingernails all the way until the end.
Well, that's a scary pick to make because they usually start off 0-2. Usually,
they suck. We'll get to it later in our recap, but the Bengals suck.
But you know what I mean? I think the last 3 or 4 years they've started off 0-2, 0-3.
Yep. What's your sinker this week?
My sinker, it does have to do with the NFL, and it's so if you don't do like the YouTube TV and stuff like that, you can only watch like Fox or something like that. For them to only have 2 games and then they only have 1 at the 3:00 game, I think that is so dumb.
Yep.
Why can't both stations have 2 games every week? What are we doing?
I completely agree. I don't understand how that's a thing.
Because not everyone wants to spend all that money on getting like red zone and stuff like that, which you totally understand. And so then the 3:00 games, you're only able to watch 1 game, which I think is just ridiculous. For what the NFL is doing, how much money the NFL is making, really, we can't?
It's all in like the region too, because it's not across the country.
Because I was watching.
It depends on the region and what games are on.
I was watching one of the games, and I kind of fell asleep for a little bit, woke up, and the news was on.
No way.
Well, it's because that's what it goes straight into. That the game, after the game's over with, it goes right to the news because I think Packers Lions were the other.
They were on CBS today.
Yeah, they were on CBS. So that was the game that was what you would say regional as. But it's just I think that's ridiculous. I think and that's just the NFL's way of making you want to buy. I think YouTube has like the version of Sunday Ticket.
Yeah.
And then which even Sunday Ticket, like they have done a way better job of on YouTube TV. You can do the quad box, so you can actually watch all 4 games at one time and stuff like that. But still, I think it's ridiculous that they don't allow just like if let's say you have Dish Network or you have DirecTV and you just don't want to have to get the Sunday ticket, you can only watch one 3 o'clock game. And I think that's, I don't know. I think it's a little stupid.
I agree. $1 billion sports company like that, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And then if you think about it, if you have 2 games on for the 3 o'clock games, sometimes that's half the games. So that'd be nice.
Yeah. Yep. I'm completely with you, man. I still don't understand it. I barely notice though anymore because I just do the red zone add-on. So like I watched the Packers game today, but I had, red zone on my phone just to have,
Which is
a
what a
look
lot
in.
of NFL fans do, but the casual fan maybe doesn't want to do that and should be able to watch 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just a little bit ridiculous.
I wonder if they think that I don't know if most people are like us and have multiple TVs in our living rooms though.
Well, you also know it's always something to do with money.
Oh, 100%, 100% there. My floater this week is everybody knows I like a good little, sweet treat every once in a while. And I found 2 places that we might have to make a road trip for, Zach. I was out in the Quad Cities this weekend and back to back, they were literally in the same strip mall. Hertz Donut, which I think is a national chain, and this place called Cookies and Dreams. And it's almost like crumble cookie. So I bought $16 worth of donuts from Hertz Donut, took 1 bite of each one in the parking lot, then drove around the parking lot to Cookies and Dreams and bought 4 cookies and took 1 bite of each of those before I left the parking lot. And they were both phenomenal. And I legitimately think we need to make a road trip out there. They were that good.
You gotta love it. You love a good donut. I seen some of them. They had like what's the cereal? The cinnamon cereal.
Oh, yep, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, I had those on top. That's just a great idea.
Dude, they have every type of donut you could imagine. I mean, it was hard to just choose 6. And then the cookie place had like a regular cookie with puppy chow on it. Oh my God, dude, I'm getting hungry again thinking about it.
The only problem with that is it's gotta be a mess.
It actually, they use frosting to keep it all on top. So it didn't move. So it really didn't. It wasn't a mess at all, surprisingly, because I had the same thought.
I love a good donut. It's especially this time of year. My favorite donuts are the apple donuts, which I love.
Apple fritters.
Oh, well, the ones from like from the apple orchards.
Oh, big time. The apple cider donuts.
Yeah, you can eat those. I mean, you can eat all 6 of them in one serving.
Well, the problem is I've taught my son to be a donut guy. So when it's me and him on the weekends, if my wife has to work, we go to Sullivan's and get donuts every Saturday or Sunday. So I've created another reason another reason to go get myself donuts. Oh, it's because he likes them.
Yeah, it could be worse,
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, Hertz Donut and Cookies and Dreams, we're gonna have to make a little road trip for.
Yeah, where's it at again?
It was in Bettendorf, Iowa, right by TBK, the sports complex there.
Okay, that's not too far from here.
And they have like a custom mac and cheese place right next to it. I was going to get that for lunch after, but I was too full from eating bites of cookies for a couple hours.
Bettendorf, Iowa does have very good food.
Yeah,
they have a lot of options in that area.
This place, I mean, it's like almost like a strip mall outside of the sports complex there. They had a pancake house. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a chain brew house kind of thing. They had tons of different places that we could just make a day out of, just walking through this strip mall, eating and dinner and snacks and all that good stuff. So it's on our list of places to go next summer.
That's awesome. My floater is if you're not really the biggest fan of golf, this is your time of year to go because it's beautiful out. It's not hot. You can wear maybe like a pullover. If you're not like the biggest fan of, especially in the summer, it gets pretty hot out. This is when you want to go golfing. Especially like a Saturday afternoon. It is just absolutely perfect.
It's also like the sun stays out kind of late, not as late as it did, a couple months ago, but it's still sunlight at 7:30. I mean, you could finish around at 7:30.
Yeah. So, and you're not going to have to worry about It may get a little warm in the afternoon, but it's never going to get to the point where it's like you're sweating like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Fall golf is one of my favorite things about golf.
Because sometimes the reason some people don't go golfing is because they don't want to be hot, and which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
It can get very humid and hot. And this time of year is just absolutely perfect.
Couldn't agree. My only complaint about fall golf is when the leaves start falling and you hit your shot in there, and then it's a nightmare to find.
Yeah, well, just don't do that. Hit it right in the fairway.
Well,
but yeah,
if I could do that, I wouldn't be, shooting the scores that I do, Zach.
But yeah, that is very true. That is one downfall, and it's also a little bit more damp. But
Yep.
sometimes that's good for golf.
Yeah, absolutely. It keeps your shots a little truer. It helps you maybe sit on the greens a little bit better.
Yeah, and
We
it's a
need
good
all the
way
help
to
we can get. So
good way to spend a weekend is golf.
absolutely. Let's move into the TCF Sports Minute. We'll get started with the Cubs. Pretty disappointing weekend. Lose 2-3 to the Nationals. I don't know if Palencia's hurt, but I'm going to be honest. I think he pulled the old "I got rocked" and couldn't throw a strike and gave up home runs. So now I'm going to play like I'm hurt.
I don't know what they're going to do with this.
That's arguably one of their worst series losses of the year. The Nationals are terrible.
Yeah, and what are we doing? We're at a point where I think there's 2 weeks, 3 weeks left of the season, and we don't have a closer.
He'll be fine. I
understand that, but I mean, it's a running thing where I mean he either gets to save or it's close.
Oh yeah, he can't make anything easy.
No, I mean it's usually what happens with closers, but still, it's like come on. And this offense,
he pumps it 99, but he has no clue where it's going.
This offense, it's just still not really to the point where you want it.
Oh, I completely agree. I worry though. It's one of those things like I'm trying not to freak out about it, but maybe they just obviously Kyle Tucker's hurt. TCA has not been, or he hit one off his knee yesterday, right?
Shin.
No,
it was off his knee. Sorry, it was off his knee.
Okay, we got 3 weeks. Let's get everybody healthy. We're going to make the playoffs, most likely. I think the Cubs, 5.5 up on the first wild card spot. They're 7.5 games out of the division. Yeah. They're not going to win the division. Like, let's just get healthy, make sure that we're hosting, and go from there.
Because it is just, I don't know what they're doing with Owen Casey. I don't understand what they're doing. They did this last year with some players. It's
with
like
PCA.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's not playing more. And then you bring up Alcantara, and he's playing. But I don't get it. I don't understand sometimes what Craig Counsell is doing.
I completely agree with you, other than the fact that, like, we are still 81-62. We're 20 games over 500, and I'm trying not to freak out. But I completely agree, and I think it's realistic for us to question these things because there have been some really boneheaded moves and some really
watch this
dumb
team on a
lineups.
day-to-day basis. You sometimes wonder how they are this good.
Yes. There have been drastic periods of inconsistency, and I don't know. I truly think if the Cubs can get the home field advantage for that wild card round, they can get hot, but they can also lose 2 really quick games really fast and be done with their season.
Yeah. And because if you look at that pitching staff, you kind of like go, there's no way this team is making a run in the playoffs.
Yeah. The way we're sitting right now, like I want Cade Horton to start both games in that wild card round. Cade Horton's the best pitcher we have.
I think
he shoves and he gets no offensive support.
Game 1 and then Shota's game 2 or Matthew Boyd. I don't know. I mean, Matthew Boyd really hasn't, I would say, been the same since the All-Star break. He's still pitching really well, but I mean, so that means we have 3 solid pitchers.
Yeah, which is good for a wild card round, but is it going to be good when you get into longer series?
Yeah, a 7-game series. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yep, that's what worries me. Because if we got to send Colin Ray out there, Ben Brown, God help us.
If we're pulling Cade Horton out in the 5th inning, 6th inning, because maybe he's he threw like 70 pitches or something.
Yeah,
That was unbelievable.
I know. It's been like that all year.
It's just they try to protect these pitchers so much that I think it almost hurts them.
Yeah, we saw this like back when Steven Strasburg made his entrance to the MLB. Remember that? There was a big controversy about shutting him down for the playoffs. Like they didn't let him pitch at all in the playoffs.
And it's one of those things. Then his career ended early, and either way, his career ended early.
Yep, exactly. So I try to remain more positive about the Cubs. I do think that this is a team that's good enough to host a wild card playoff series, win that, and then you get to go face one of the top two teams in the National League. And there's really, I mean, the Brewers are good, but give me the Brewers in the playoffs. Their track record has shown me I'm not that afraid of the Brewers. Like I could make a realistic argument for the Cubs to be in the NLCS, but I could also make another realistic argument that they get bounced in the wild card round.
Because that's just also how baseball is too.
Yeah,
it's such a quick series in a way, if you really think about it. And
100%.
that home field advantage is huge. Wrigley in October is just different.
And it is, but like we saw what happened when they had the Marlins in town 5 years ago and couldn't score a run.
Yeah,
so like it is, but it's not at the same time.
Loves to score runs when they are up by 5 or 6.
Big time.
You know what I mean?
You know who else?
It seems like if they score 5, they're going to score 12.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it, man. I don't know. I'm trying to remain optimistic. Just get everybody healthy, and we'll see what happens when the Brewers have to, button down the hatches come late September, early October.
Also, too, today when the basket comes into not our favor is kind of sucky because that basket was the only reason that ball went out, and when you're on the other side of it, it kind of sucks.
It sure does. Let's move to the south side. The White Sox are sitting at 55 and 89. I'm telling you right now, Colson Montgomery is one of the best young baseball players in the American League, if not baseball. This kid can't stop hitting pumps.
And this team is really good too.
Yes.
I think they've won 6 of their last 7 or something. They're on pace to not lose 100 games.
They took 2 of 3 from the first place and arguably the best team in the American League, Tigers, this weekend. Yeah,
and it said if they can somehow not lose 100 games, I mean, that's a huge win for the team.
100%. I don't know exactly like what I thought of Colson Montgomery as he was going, through the pipeline and coming up, but dude, he has been everything and then some. This kid is a bona fide all-star.
It's exactly what they needed.
That's the best way to put it. It's someone I truly think he's someone that they can build around.
Yeah, they can build around, and it's finally somebody that is showing a lot of potential.
Yep. And I think Lennon Sosa's played pretty well here lately. Yeah. I mean, you're going into the last 3 weeks. The Sox almost have a couple opportunities to play spoiler. And if they can keep taking 2 or 3 from teams like the Tigers and, see what happens to teams down the line, they're going to be able to build off of that. They're almost just playing spoiler at this point, and that's not a bad place to be for a young team that doesn't know any better.
You couldn't have asked for a better finish to a season than this team is having.
I think so too.
If you're a White Sox fan.
Now think of this. Say you go in and let's even say you go 62 and 100. That means you're 7-11 in your last 3 weeks, in your last 18 games. That's, even if you go, let's say 8-10 or, 9-9, like that's something you can ride off into the off season on a little bit of a high on, knowing what you got coming up.
There's no way that you end this season not excited for next season.
Yeah. The only way would be, if something completely switches and Colson Montgomery forgets how to hit a baseball, which I don't foresee happening.
Behind maybe like a Schwarber, he's got the most home runs since the All-Star break.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's exciting, and then you make some maybe small moves in the offseason and just keep rebuilding.
Just keep developing those guys you got coming up, dude. Noah Schultz is 6'6" and throws 102 miles an hour and should be up next year. There's positives there.
Yeah. If you're a
If
White
not,
Sox fan, you have got to be happy.
absolutely. Being a fan of this next team, you will probably not be happy. The Chicago Sky season's almost over, 10-32. The reason we brought him up and had to talk about him, the Angel Reese issues this past week, picked up her 8th technical foul and was suspended a game, and then made comments about the team needing to add players or she's going to leave.
Yeah, and I don't really know if that's possible. Like, I mean, you can ask for a trade, but I think
Here,
in the
here's the thing.
WNBA, I mean, I don't know if there's much she can really do.
The way I look at it is she doesn't, and it just seems like she doesn't exactly understand like what happened this season. You know what I
But
mean?
what I will
All these
say is
injuries.
a lot of other NBA players force themselves out of teams, and it's okay, is what I'm trying to say. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of guys, James Harden, who forces trades and stuff like that. I see what it doesn't look good in the moment, but it also, I think, got a little bit overblown too.
yeah, I don't disagree with you, but you got to read the room, dude. It's like
I know,
everybody
but
on
you know what I
the
mean?
Sky got hurt.
A lot of NBA players, they force themselves out because they don't like their situation. It's kind of exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, but we're talking that doesn't exist in the WNBA.
I know, but I'm just saying it can't be one way and the other way. I mean, it can't just be okay for James Harden or even like a Kevin Durant to force themselves out of a team, ask for a trade, and then it's just when she does it, it's like, oh wait, well, this is just the wrong thing to do.
I don't know if that's
And I
if it's
understand,
a
yes, there's
one-to-one
different
comparison
situations
though.
because it's the WNBA, but I'm trying to say from an athlete's point of view, she's not doing anything that something anybody in the NBA hasn't already done.
Yeah,
It's not the first time that
I
somebody's
get that.
asked for a trade.
Right. And I remember Elena Deladon kind of did something similar with after her time, but it was I don't know if it's just like the way it comes off, like just knowing
Hey,
the
there's no
little
way of
bit.
asking for a trade in a good way. Even look at Micah Parsons. He forced his way out of the Cowboys. He said, "I'm not going to play, and you got to trade me." And now he's with the Packers, and everyone loves him. I mean, it's just one of those
Yeah,
things. I think that it's just some people just want things to complain about in sports, and when something like that happens, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good in the moment, but I also do think it got like really overblown.
yeah. I think the stuff about her current teammates, like that would piss me off if I was a teammate of
You
hers.
say that, but like if Micah Parsons wants traded because he doesn't want to be on that team, and NBA players want to be traded because they don't like the team, so they're pretty much saying that without saying it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
trying to
I
I'm
don't
trying to
disagree.
play
I
the
just
other side of it. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah. No, and that's a great point that, a lot of people don't even think about. But I
right
think
away.
this
It's like,
year's such
oh,
a
she
wash.
doesn't like her team, which maybe she doesn't, but she's trying to say, well, she's right in a way. I mean, that team was not good this year.
Well,
What she
yeah,
said
three of their
wasn't.
starters got hurt for the season. No kidding. You do that to any team in a
But you know what I
basketball
mean, though?
setting, they're
She's
not
not
going to be
really
good.
wrong in what she said. You don't want to go out and just say it in the media. That's more of what you would say behind closed doors.
And I don't want to
And
say make it seem like she's had a great season. I
yeah,
mean, don't get me wrong. She's after the kind of rookie year, the kind of the joke videos of all, her misses and her rebounds and stuff, like she's had a very good year. Her shooting percentage is up to 48% from the field, up from 31, I think. Like she's had a solid season. Don't get me wrong. She is an
I'm just
all-star.
I'm just kind of coming at it from a different way. And like
Yeah.
what if an NBA player said this? Which I know there's very different money wise and stuff like that. But still, I mean, this happens all the time in the NBA. It's just not usually said like this. But a lot of guys force themselves out of teams.
Yeah. No, I absolutely. I don't disagree with you one bit. Just you can tell it's a 24-year-old professional athlete who hasn't I don't want to say not gotten the media training, but it's like you said, it's just a different way of saying it than maybe the way it should have been said.
Yeah, I think it was maybe said poorly, but it's not like this is the first time this has ever happened in basketball.
Oh, 100%. And let's be honest, I don't think it's the first time that it's happened in the WNBA.
Like, for her to get suspended, I mean, she got suspended at half. I still don't think she should have gotten suspended. I mean, I know you say it's detrimental to the team, but
I will disagree there.
The NBA players don't get suspended when they ask for
your
trades.
Teammates and not have repercussions for it.
Jimmy Butler pretty much did that last year, and I guess they did sit him.
Yeah, they set him for 3 weeks
because he refused to play.
Yeah, they still suspended him. He didn't get paid.
If they would have wanted to play, they would have played him.
If you suspend someone, they don't get paid.
Well, I think he was still getting money. I mean, I don't think he's still going to make contract money at the end of the year. But I'm just saying, I just think that it was like this whole big thing of, I think it was just, like I said, overblown. Maybe the suspension was correct. Maybe the half was whatever. But, and then the technical thing too, like that happens so much in the NBA. It's insane.
I know. Yeah, that I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple players who get, what is it, 16 or 17 technicals?
Yeah, Draymond Green.
Yeah, I mean, that's whatever. And like I said, the comments.
All right, let's get in.
Poorly said.
To what?
A lot said by the Sky, but
it's a good talking point. Absolutely, the Sky gotta if she's gonna stay around, they have to have a much better year next year. There's no doubt about that.
She's not wrong.
You cannot be a 10-win team.
But you also have to, like I said, injuries. You don't predict injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But look at the fever.
Yeah, big time. Much different outlook this year. Let's get into what you really want to talk about, Zach. Bears open the season tomorrow night, or whenever this comes out, Monday night, September 8th. You got to be excited, right?
Very excited. It's at home against it's not really a rookie quarterback, but technically it's his first career start in Chicago on a Monday night. I think that
you got to be a little nervous, though, right?
Oh, I mean, you're always nervous about games. It's the NFL. There's only 17 games. You don't have a ton of chances, and it's a division rival, a division team that you play first week. A lot of these guys none of these guys have played full games at all since last year. Because preseason and the way that they do practices and stuff are just not the same as they used to. But yeah, I'm nervous. But that's a good nervous. It's fun. It's exciting. That's why the football is so much anxiety behind it, but also there's such a big payoff when you are good. And with new coach, a coach that has really come out and done a lot of the things that you would want to see in a coach. So it's really one of those things. I think that the Bears will win this game. I'm not saying they're going to go on and go to the whatever Super Bowl, but I think in this situation, this team in this situation is going to be in a better spot to win this game than the Vikings just because of their rookie quarterback in a way.
But I worry, and to play devil's advocate here, I think the Vikings have a pretty and I know Addison's suspended, but
it's amazing. Their defense might be top.
Their defense is incredible, and they still have Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson. They have weapons on that offense.
Yeah,
and the Bears' defense is not good.
No, they don't. Shut up. The Bears' defense is good. It's not good. I mean, they're hurt, but they're not good. There are a decent decent defense. That's hard to say. But they're not good. Give me a break.
I'm fairly certain at last I had checked, they were a bottom 10 defense.
That's first of all, that's still not even that bad.
A bottom 10 defense? Yes, it is.
Dude, give me a break. It's because they have so many injuries. They are going to be always solid.
So the Bears are 1.5 point dogs. You do think they're going to cover there?
I think them being underdogs at home is kind of crazy.
I think the teams are very, very equal. It would almost be a
but if
pick 'em.
you think teams are equal, the home team should be the favored team.
Yeah.
Them being plus
I'm
money
with you
at
there.
home, I would take that all day.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's what I kind of thought was you take the home dog. So,
but I
what
mean,
is
you just never
what
know.
what do you have so much relying on game one, or are you just kind of just waiting to see? I mean, it's a new coach. You can't, live and die on the first. Say they come out
No, you
and do
can't.
look
If
bad
they
or
lose,
do look incredible.
yeah, you can't say because like they went out and played well against the Chiefs in the game before the Chiefs, the Bills game, and then they went out and did not play well against the Chiefs in the first half in preseason. You can't rely on one game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the NFL.
I agree. Can't get too high or too low. Kind of like what Big Cats
But
say.
that
6
never
out of 10 and
happens.
see what happens.
That never
Oh,
actually
absolutely.
happens.
Yeah, kickoff rolls around and you're going to be locked in. Every Bears fan
Same
is
thing
going to
like
be locked
Detroit.
in and hinging.
Detroit tomorrow is going to be going crazy.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
of the way they
absolutely.
played. It's one game, but it's also one of 17. It's not one of 162 or one of 82. There's only so many games you play. So
That is true.
it's very tough.
That is true. Final score prediction?
I think it's 21-14 Bears.
I think it'll be I think both offenses are going to score a little more. I think the Bears are going to win 26-23.
26 is a
But
weird score.
I know. I do. Me and my dad were talking about this last night. Like the Bears will, I think, certainly be improved. I just don't see a world where they're worse than they were
have a
last year.
coach that is not going to get fired. I mean, that last year, Eberflus was not going to make it the whole season. He should have never been in that position.
Well, the only reason he was going to make it the whole season, the only reason I thought he'd make it the whole season is just because the Bears had never done that before.
That's when I kind of figured the Bears were maybe doing something right in a way, because they usually don't do that. Then they go out and make that move, and then they go out and spend money that they never spend on a coach.
Yeah.
So
that is true. Yeah.
It's nice to see at least a little bit of change.
No, I'll be honest. I think if this game was in Minnesota, I might be picking the exact same score, just the other way. That's just how,
that's why
there's so many question marks here.
In Minnesota, the Vikings be favored, and in Chicago, the Bears should be favored. I don't get how the Bears are not favored at home, and maybe they go out there and lose, but I don't think going into this game how you can say that the Vikings are the favored team. In Chicago.
I don't disagree with you. It'll be interesting to see. We'll have a recap next weekend. But before we move on, we got to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. They make the best coffee around that you are going to find. I promise you that. They work with our guy, Dom Frederick, and of course, the Gold Glove winning Ian Happ. All right. They sell this, or they serve this stuff in the Cubs locker room. What more could you ask for, guys? Make sure you check out their website, connectroasters.com. Find them on X at Connect Roasters and get yourself over to the storefront in Bourbonnais. I promise you will not be disappointed. So as always, a big shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. We are now moving into our NFL Week 1 recap, first Sunday and first full weekend of NFL football starting on Thursday night. The Eagles end up beating the Cowboys 24-20. I think the biggest takeaway for me, Zach, is I couldn't tell if the Cowboys were better than I anticipated or if the Eagles were worse than I anticipated.
I think that the Cowboys are actually better than we thought. I
think so too.
Everything going on this offseason with Micah Parsons, I think Dak is actually a good quarterback.
Dak's always been a good quarterback. He just has never been an elite quarterback.
You know what I mean? I think that he gets a bad rap with it just always seems like Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks are always just scrutinized so much.
Oh, big time. Big time.
And then, like, with everything going on, I know they lose Micah Parsons, but they also got Kenny Carter, who is a very good defensive player.
Pickens.
No.
Oh, wait.
What was his name?
They
Carter?
lose Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark, sorry. From the Packers, who's a good defensive player. Maybe not as good as Micah Parsons, but he's good. And they got better, I think, and I think that they should have won that game.
They were right there. And like, it sucks. CeeDee Lamb, who gets a lot of scrutiny for his misses late, still had 7 receptions for 110 yards.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb had a solid night. It's just the drops
away and
overshadow.
That lightning suspension kind of ruined the whole momentum of both teams.
Big time. Big time. I don't think we've seen the last of the Cowboys this year.
Oh, no. Going into Philadelphia and playing like they did, I really do think is a great start for them. You can't say that it's not a good start for them. That's good. And I mean, you think about it, they just played the Super Bowl champs at home, lost by 4, and had a chance to win the game. You can't be happier if you're the Cowboys.
In a loss,
I mean,
absolutely.
you would want to win. I know that, but
in a loss, 100%. Let's move into Friday.
You only play the Eagles one more time, too.
That's true. And they got to come to you.
And really and truthfully, I don't think the Eagles looked as good as they were expected to look.
And Jalen Carter getting tossed in the first quarter.
Well, yeah, that's pretty dumb and crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, were we surprised Jalen Carter has some issues?
Did something stupid? No, not at all.
That's not the first time.
Friday night, the Chiefs lose to the Chargers. I think we both talked about this. I'm a little worried if I'm a Chiefs fan. I think the Chargers are good, but
we don't give Justin Herbert enough credit. He's a very, very good quarterback.
Yes, that's why I've had him on my fantasy team for 3 years.
And it's just one of those things. The Chiefs have kind of gotten the Patriots treatment where you have to win every single game to be good. I mean, they're still a good team. I also don't understand what the NFL is doing. Week 1 in Brazil, which is a very long flight.
Yeah.
And
remember the Packers had to play there last year and Jordan Love got hurt.
And it's technically is that the Chiefs' home game?
I think it was the Chargers' home game.
Either way, it's one of their home games. It's like when the Cubs went and played in Japan. Yeah. I don't get why you would start a season like that.
I'm with you. I said it last year at this time after Jordan Love got it. It's stupid.
I think it's stupid. I just don't understand. There's no way that you're getting that many fans to go to this game. I mean, it's definitely going to be sold out because that's just how it works. But what's the end game here?
Yeah, it's the whole globalization thing. But
I know.
I think the thing I take away is like I don't think the Chiefs are dead. I think the Chargers are as good as I thought they were going to be.
It's one of those things, too, going back to that. There's no chance that the NFL will ever be bigger than soccer in Brazil. I just don't really see that happening.
Yeah, that's not going to happen ever.
It's the same way in London, too. There's no way that football is going to be bigger in London than soccer is. I mean,
but I don't think that's their goal, though.
I know, but I know that's not their goal. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm with you. Moving into Sunday's games, the Buccaneers take down the Falcons 23-20. My takeaway here is both of these teams are pretty good.
Yeah, and Baker Mayfield, I've seen he's like
Baker Mayfield's so good.
2,600, 2,700 to win MVP. I'd take those odds.
I take a flyer on that. I think both of these teams are solid. Year. I think the Falcons are still, a little bit of seasoning away from being really good, but like there were some really nice. I mean, Michael Penix threw for almost 300 yards. You can't be too upset about it. It's two good football teams. I think they're the two best teams in that division, but
I don't understand really what the Falcons are doing quarterback wise. I do know Penix is good, but why have Kirk Cousins? I mean,
because Penix is 25 years old and you're just wasting time if you keep sitting him.
I know, but you're paying him a lot of money to be the backup. You know what I'm saying is I understand why they're starting Penix, but you're paying your backup quarterback a lot of money.
Yep. It's because
I think Penix is going to be very good.
Knowing what they have to pay him.
I think he's a very good quarterback.
I agree too. Moving into the Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati beats Cleveland 17-16. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but the Cincinnati Bengals just do not know how to start a season. And they should have probably lost this game if Cleveland had a competent kicker, because that was not that hard of a kick.
No. And yeah, I don't. Just tough, because you always want to start whenever you start the season 0-1, it's like the sky is falling, even though it's not that big a deal. It's like, and you should have won the game is the problem.
Yeah, they really should have.
Yeah, it's one of those things you're not going to get that game won back.
I think everybody had like Cleveland penciled in to be the worst team in the NFL, and I don't think that's going to be the case after week 1. I really don't think the Browns will be the worst team in the NFL, and that's because the Dolphins played on Sunday, and they might be the worst team in the NFL. They got beat 33-8 by the Colts.
And their best wide receiver just doesn't know how to control himself.
It's bad.
What is it with
the Dolphins?
What is it with some of these players that just think, I need to go on the sideline and just yell at everybody?
I don't get it, dude. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
They made Daniel Jones look like Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones threw for 272 today.
Yeah, I don't
Miami
get it.
might be the number 1 overall pick in the draft with a new head coach and a new quarterback. Just 2 is not it. They traded who?
Jalen Ramsey away. And
yeah. And then
we're thinking about trading more players away. Like, I just don't know if they want to suck. Well, poor Frank the Tank.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that end. Yeah, I don't. Mike what's his name? Mike McDaniel? No, that's not it.
Yeah, that's the coach.
Yeah, he's going to get fired.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money.
He won't make it to week 10.
And it's really not his fault. The players just aren't there.
Yep, absolutely. Moving to the Patriots-Raiders. Raiders end up winning 20-13. There was a lot of hype on the Patriots and not a lot of hype on the Raiders. Old Drake May and the Patriots are not going to be the team that a lot of people thought they were going to be.
No.
I'm just not convinced that the Patriots are a playoff
They got a big Mike Vrabel bump. And sometimes
let's not forget how the tenure in Tennessee ended for Mike Vrabel.
See, that's
that last season as the head coach, he got fired for a reason.
I don't mean to go back to the Bears, but that's what I'm worried about with the Bears is we're so worried about the new coach, great new coach. He's doing all this he's running a practice like an NFL practice is supposed to be ran. And this is what we're worried about is that it's like, no, we got to be worried about what the team is on the field.
Yeah.
And the Patriots just aren't there. But the thing with the Patriots is they still got like a 7-year hangover of they won all these Super Bowls. They don't have Tom Brady. They don't have that magic that they had.
Yep. 100%. I think they're going to be good. I just don't know if it's going to be this year.
No, I don't think Drake May is a bad quarterback, but he's in a bad spot if he's going in after maybe the greatest quarterback of all time.
That is true.
That's why it's always crazy I hate to be this way because I don't like him, but Aaron Rodgers, what he did is very impressive because he went in with a guy who's a Hall of Famer and he was what he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to do. It's something that is not normal, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cardinals, Saints. Cardinals end up winning 20-13. I did hear, I think Kyler Murray might have had the flu, but the Cardinals did not look as good as I thought they would.
That's the kind of stuff that just gets Kyler Murray the reputation that he has. He has the flu. He's an NFL quarterback. I don't think the flu should knock you out of a game. But the Saints are horrible too. The Saints are very bad.
And I'm worried about the Cardinals. I mean, granted, they only give up 13, but Spencer Rattler, 27 for 46. Good Lord, they were slinging it around.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I'm not convinced that I think the Saints are really, really bad, but I think I might have even picked the Cardinals to make the wild card. I don't think the Cardinals are very good. And I think
both of these teams will. I know the Saints won't, but both of these teams will not make the playoffs.
I think that's a safe bet. Steelers and Jets, the battle of Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers end up winning 34-32. I think my takeaway here is maybe the Jets are not as bad as I anticipated.
No, Justin Fields. I mean, he did exactly what you would think Justin Fields would do. He had a rushing touchdown. He played well. And, I mean, Aaron Rodgers played really well, too. It was a very – I mean, I think it was besides this Bills-Ravens game, I think it was the best game of the weekend.
Yep, I'm with you there. It was, and I hate to even say it, but it was, there was times where it was vintage Aaron Rodgers. 44 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, what?
I mean, he has DK Metcalf. Did you see that catch that DK Metcalf had?
Yeah, that might be the catch of the year, and it happened in week 1.
And it's one of those things, it's not even talent, really. It's just luck. Yeah, and that thing fell right back into him, which is just crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think the Steelers are going to be very good.
And I think the Jets will be fine. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but I think they're going to be free.
They could be. I think that I'm not saying they're going to be, but they're going to be a team that's going to be right around 500, maybe a little bit better. I think it's going to be the best season the Jets have had in a long time.
I agree. The Giants are hilariously bad. They lose to the Commanders 21-6. How long do you give till you pull the plug on Russell Wilson? They're terrible.
I think you just got to let him go for now. I don't think you want to throw Jackson Dart into the situation right now. You kind of have a perfect situation if you're the Giants. You kind of let this ride out and maybe throw Jackson Dart in at some point, but you don't want Jackson Dart to go out there and this is the offense he plays with.
Yeah, he's just going to get.
And I also don't think that the Commanders are played that good either.
They did not. I don't disagree.
21 on this defense is not that good for a team that almost went to the Super Bowl.
I'm with you. They've got some things to polish up. They got a lot of pieces there. I think they'll be okay, but there's a lot to build on. I thought the same thing. That offense looked.
This should have been a
slow.
blowout. I mean, This should have been 40 something. They shouldn't have been just 21.
Yeah, I'm with you. I said at the end of last year, I thought Bryce Young was going to have a breakout year, and I don't think that's true. The Jaguars go on to beat the Panthers 26-10. The Panthers might be as bad.
Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of flack.
It's just a solid quarterback.
I mean, yes, he was a very high pick, but not every quarterback is going to be a Hall of Famer. I think that he is a good quarterback.
He's like one of the first ones, like I remember, that was like not TikTok famous, but like social media famous before he ever even got to Clemson.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
you know what I mean?
He got to Clemson, played well at Clemson, and then some of it's the way. I mean, he's this big, tall, long-haired guy, played well right around the NIL, right before it got big. And I just think that, and he went to Jacksonville where he was needed to be the savior. I think that they're going to be a decent
coach.
Yeah, I think that he has so much pressure on him that it's just like he's got to be this good every week. I think that he's going to be a decent quarterback.
I'm with you there. I was impressed. I think the Jaguars are going to be okay.
I also accidentally kept him in your fantasy football league. I'm a little bit happier I did that now, but I didn't mean to do
that. Someone I don't think has lived up to the hype. The Broncos barely beat the Titans 20-12. Bo Nix 3 interceptions in the first half.
I think Cam Ward played well. Cam Ward was, a drop away from being in that game. I know that they were down, I think 8, but still they had a chance to keep the drive going, and they dropped the ball on a good throw. And I can't go. You can't go off one game, but I think the Broncos were just way overhyped.
Yeah, if I can make one, rash reaction on a team, I think you're 100% right. I was not impressed by the Broncos.
You know what I mean? I don't think that they're going to be like they might still make the playoffs or whatever. But people were saying they're Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, I thought
Because,
that was.
I mean, I don't know if their defense is that good, but Bo Nix played well last year. I don't think he's like some superstar quarterback just yet.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I had the exact same reaction watching that game. 49ers beat the Seahawks in Seattle 17-13. I think I do think San Francisco is still a good football team, but I don't think Seattle's very good, and they only beat them. Granted, you still won on the road in Seattle, not an easy place to play. I just wasn't blown away by San Francisco in this one.
This could have been more of a classic San Francisco Seattle game. 17-13, very low scoring. Brock Purdy with a big touchdown at the end. I think Brock Purdy's another guy who he's a good quarterback. Yep. He's not going to go out there and probably win you a Super Bowl or whatever, but he could maybe get you to the playoffs and stuff. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
I'm with you there.
I think when you go to Seattle, though, and you win there, I don't care if they're good or bad. That's always a tough place to play.
Oh, 100%. They could be bottom of the NFC West, and they're still going to be tough. You're not going to beat them easily in Seattle.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
It's just the environment is just built like no other stadium.
Staying in the NFC West, the Rams outlast the Texans 14-9 in kind of an ugly offensive game. I don't know what to take. I do think both of these teams are playoff teams, but the game was just ugly.
It was ugly, but the Rams won, and this is the type of Week 1 game that's gonna happen. And Stafford didn't look like terrible. I mean, he looked like
he had a little bit of 200 and
he had some movement on him.
Yards.
He didn't look like a guy who sat out all of training camp with a back injury.
Yeah, I think that the Texans only scoring 9 points is a little alarming if you're a Texans fan. But
yeah, I mean, they didn't play like they did 2 years ago last year. So
yeah,
I think that the NFL is just so hard, and that's why you got to win when you're in those moments. And that's 100%. Like when they lost the playoff game 2 years ago, and you go, "Oh, they're going to be back." You just never know.
It's not easy. That is for sure. I think both these teams will be okay, but good win at home for the Rams.
Yeah.
Last one of the afternoon, the Packers 27, Lions 13. I can't decide if I'm like head over heels with this Packers team or if the Lions just look so discombobulated with the new coordinators they had to hire, as well as having to replace some big pieces on that front line. The Lions did not look good.
I think the Packers played well, but I think the Lions
very well
did not play like they were expected to play. They played bad.
I worry. I guess I shouldn't say worry, but like they have a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator, and they both looked very average at best today.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things too. I mean, it's tough to be a good team year after year.
Yep. I mean, and then they had Frank Ragnar retire, like a month ago?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I guess it was a little more than that. It was in the summer, but you lose one of your biggest pieces on the offensive line. That's tough. That's tough to recover from. Obviously, the numbers for Parsons in his first week with the Packers, I think he only had 1 sack, but
he plays a position that it's not like he's going to go out and put up these crazy numbers every week.
Well, and not even that. He had one where he pressured Jared Goff so bad he threw it off his back foot and got easily intercepted. I mean, it was one of those that will never show up in the stat book, but he caused that interception to happen.
I love Jared Goff as a person. I think he's like a really good guy. I don't think he's like this superstar quarterback either. I think he's a good quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree.
He's been on some very good teams.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he took the Rams to a Super Bowl.
But what I mean is that they had a very good defense and stuff like that. And I mean, he was good, but I sometimes think that we think that Jared Goff's just going to go out there and save the day.
Yep, absolutely.
And also another place, Green Bay is very hard to play.
Yep. And still on that Micah Parsons train, the last thing I wanted to say is like you saw it today, just his presence in the way that offensive lines have to block him. Lucas Van Ness on the other side had an incredible game because of the attention that has
It
to
was
go.
very surprising to see him play as well as he did and not play a single snap in preseason.
Yeah. And,
You know what I mean?
Coming over 10 days ago, he's only, better. Everybody else just seemed to benefit. Rashawn Gary had a really good game. Quay Walker had a good game because I think that offensive lines have to block the opposite side a little bit differently now that he's there.
All anyone wanted to talk about was his injury. That his back was hurt and he was getting the shots in his back. He went out there and said, this is NFL. We play once a week. I think I'll be all right.
Yep. Absolutely. And then the final game just wrapped up here not too long ago. The Buffalo Bills stormed back and beat the Baltimore Ravens. What was the final? 41-40.
41-40. The Ravens
shootout.
The Ravens lost the game.
The Bills
Derrick
just
Henry
scored 22 points in the fourth quarter.
Derrick
Josh
Henry
Allen almost had 400 yards.
Derrick Henry, big fumble.
Big fumble.
He had a fumble, and then because the Bills, I think they were 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions. They actually got one, but the wide receiver ran out of bounds and then came back in, so they technically didn't get it. And then the Bills score late with about, I think it was under the 2-minute warning. And
there was like 120 something.
No, I think it was like right around 140 they scored.
Okay.
I think it was right after the 2-point conversion. The Ravens get the ball back and just go 0-3. They get
3-0. Yep. Can't do that.
Bills get the ball right back. Josh Allen makes some great plays, and they went on a field goal from like 15, 20 yards.
Yeah.
The Ravens just lost that game.
Shot themselves in the foot.
But, I mean, as good as Derrick Henry looked throughout that game and Lamar Jackson looked, they just did not play well in that last quarter. I mean, when you have to.
Yeah, Derrick Henry finished with 170 yards, so he had himself a day.
I think that they said Walter Payton, shout out Walter Payton. Him and Walter Payton are now tied for the most 150-yard games after 30.
That's crazy. Because I saw Derrick Henry had 102 yards in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he had a huge second quarter, played well in the third, but then a big fumble there.
Yeah.
Which he does
Two
not
teams, I think,
do.
are going to be making some playoff runs.
Yeah, it's a good game, playoff atmosphere game, but if you're the Ravens, you want this one back.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Let's switch gears here and go to some college football recap. I would say week 2 in the books, not as enticing as week 1 was. We missed our opportunity to run that down. I guess some of the big takeaways.
Good, but it's still, there's not like a full slate of good games for a while.
Yeah. Some of the big takeaways here: Florida, Billy Napier. Oh, what are we doing here?
How is he not fired yet, Boomy? I know you are a Florida guy. What is this guy doing?
He recruits well. The roster's there. I will say this:
the coaching. Then Florida, I mean, that almost sounds worse for him.
Yeah, I don't get it. South Florida is better than people are giving them credit for, but they shouldn't be beating Florida.
At Florida.
Yeah, that should not
Florida
be
ranked?
happening.
They were ranked, what, 13th?
Yep.
South Florida should not be going into Florida and coming back and winning that game.
Yep. And
we watched it at your brother's place. I mean, Florida had so many chances, too, and just made some bad plays.
Yep, and just some stupid penalty, another spitting incident. It's just like, this is undisciplined nonsense.
Yeah, but I think for Florida, I guess you don't really want to fire a coach this early, but I think you got to make a statement. I mean,
no, it's not going to happen. They just extended him, I think.
You think about it, though, in college, that's just, they got so much money. But if he loses one more game, though.
Yeah, it's it's one thing to lose a game, but like you're losing a non-conference game at home when you then have to turn around and we
To
start
an
playing the
in-state
SEC in a
rival.
couple weeks. Yeah. We're going to start playing in-conference teams, and the SEC is not a cakewalk. There's no such thing. So
This is a
you
team
can't
that
be.
was, if they won out, they were set up to be in the playoff.
Oh,
And
100%.
now there's probably no chance.
No, I wouldn't say that. Not with the way the playoffs formatted
Well,
now.
I know, but the South Florida loss at home, it's just tough to get in through that. I'm not saying there's no chance. That was probably a bad way of saying it, but they don't have a good chance of having like a game, like a team that just gets like a bid for for being a good team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
I know
thing
you're
here is
probably
like,
right. I shouldn't say no chance. That's probably the wrong way
they
of saying it.
can maybe afford 2 more losses, but they have to be against like Georgia and LSU. You
Yeah,
have
you
to beat
can't look back
everybody
and
else.
go, "Oh, they lost to South Florida at
Yeah,
home,
I mean, and they
week
played
2."
Miami this year, and they play Florida State. So
Yeah, who are
plus
two
an
teams that look
SEC schedule.
very good.
Yep. My other one is that Michigan stinks. I hate Michigan so much, but I also don't think Oklahoma is very good.
No, I think both their quarterbacks played very differently. I think Bryce Underwood
Yeah.
did not look good. Kind of let the game get to him on the sideline again. Talking about that, just going at. I mean, they were. I don't know what it is with. I mean, I think the NFL. I mean, NFL football in general is very. It's very fast paced and there's a lot going on. So there's probably a lot more to it than I know. But like, it can't be good when people are just yelling at each other on the sideline.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. That
Was
game
it
was kind of ugly both ways around.
how do you say the Oklahoma's quarterback's name?
Meter.
He played very well. He's the reason they won, for sure.
Yeah. Yep. I don't
Also, I
I do,
mean, that's home field advantage too. Playing in Oklahoma is crazy,
dude, those crowds are literally right on top of you in the sideline.
insane.
My next takeaway, I think Illinois is for real.
Yeah, they went into
And I'm not saying that Duke is good, but they
no, but
buried
they're
Duke.
not good, but they also they didn't win by like a touchdown. They blew them out.
They won by 26.
They made
It's
it
not
look
even
ugly.
close.
I watched that game, and I think at one point Duke was down 9, and after that, it just was a
It was
blowout.
a 1-point game at halftime.
Yeah, and I think it was it 14-13 at half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Illinois, I mean, it's a tough place to go. I mean, you say what you want, but playing at Duke is not easy.
Dude, they hung up 31 points in the second half, and
Yeah,
Altmaier just went off.
that's a really good team, I think. And it's exciting for Illinois. I think they said it's the highest they've been ranked since 2001.
No, they didn't get higher in 2007 when they went to the Rose Bowl.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it was 2007. I thought it was 2001, but you could be right. Because they're
Either
ranked
way, they look really good.
they're ranked 11th.
Yeah, they're probably going to go up tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, they could have made the Rose Bowl and not been higher than 11.
You're not wrong. My last takeaway, I think Oregon is insanely good. They made Oklahoma State a 1AA team.
The day that Oregon is not good is the day that they should just shut down the program because they have so much money.
Not even are they good. They're like they made Oklahoma State look like Charleston Southern.
Yeah,
It was 69-3.
Yeah,
Oklahoma State's in the Big 12.
Not good though, but still, like Oregon just has so much opportunity to be good.
Yeah, but a lot of programs do.
I know, but they're getting billions of dollars. I mean, I'm not saying other ones aren't either, but if Oregon's not good at football, then you got something going on there. Because why would you not want to go play football at Oregon?
Yeah, I'm completely with you. I like Oregon outside of when they play my teams, but dude, that score is absurd.
Insane.
And I know Oklahoma State's not that good, but they're still a Big 12 school, and they just beat them by 66 points.
Yeah, it wasn't like the Florida State game where they were playing a bad team, like really bad team. They were playing a team that should have at least maybe lost by 3 touchdowns.
Oregon might beat Northwestern by 65 next
Northwestern, week. Another team stinks.
Yeah. I mean, it could get really ugly. Really ugly. Yeah, a pretty boring week in college football, if I'm being honest with you.
That's how it usually
Florida goes to
goes. There's a
LSU next
lot of
weekend, so
games
that'll
like
be fun.
Notre Dame didn't even play, which is weird.
Notre Dame, Texas A&M next weekend.
Yeah.
That'll
It
be a
doesn't
good
really
game.
get like you don't really have full slates of good games for a while. You'll have some sprinkled in good games, but a lot of these teams are playing not very good teams to start the season. That's why the Michigan or the Ohio State Texas game was so surprising at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think next weekend could be okay though, because we got Wisconsin at Alabama. That should be a solid game.
No, that's not going to be a
Georgia.
good game.
I don't think I agree. Wisconsin's 2-0. They haven't looked great, but Alabama's kind of sliding too. I think this is
I
going to be
know, but
okay.
if you're Alabama, you got to go out there and just crush Wisconsin to get your mojo back, as you'd say. This
Georgia
should
goes
not
to
be a good game.
Tennessee. That should be a good game. Miami and South Florida battle. That should be a fun one. And then Florida goes to LSU. Arkansas at Ole Miss. Texas A&M at
If
Notre
you're
Dame.
Florida, though, you're watching Miami, South Florida, you really hope that it's a close game. Because if Miami goes
Yeah.
out
Oh, big time.
and crushes South Florida, then you just look bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know
big
what's about to happen, too.
time.
You know what I mean? Like that's a good game to kind of read what's about to happen.
Yep. Got to have a big bounce back for the Gators. We're going to wrap things up here, as always, with the TCF top 3, and we are going to do yard games. We've got a couple new ones to add after this summer. We've probably done this one before, so we're doing yard games. Zach, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
You can go first.
All right. I'm just going to keep it classic. I'm going bags.
Yeah, bags is very fun. It's
You got to keep it.
the game that everyone can play.
Yep. Yep. And it's pretty minimal. I mean, you need 8 cornhole bags and 2 boards. It's pretty simple.
Go with one that we just recently started playing. I can't remember the name of it. What was that one we played at your brother's?
Bucket golf.
Bucket golf. That is very fun.
I don't think you should be able to take it if you don't know the name of it, because I could have taken
it's
it.
new to me. But
bucket golf is sweet.
It's just like a little thing that kind of looks like a bucket, and you have like a ball that kind of looks like a wiffle ball, and you just chip around, and it's very fun.
It is.
I've seen it in a lot of commercials.
I know. I feel like I see it on TikTok all the time. It's super fun. I really enjoy it. We played it a couple times this summer.
And everyone can play. You don't have to be great at golf to play it.
Yep, absolutely. What's your second round pick?
I'm going to go Can Jam. Can Jam is a very fun game.
I've never played it.
We played it at Maddie's.
Yeah, at Matt's.
But yeah, it kind of makes you feel athletic in a way. And it's a very like small version of playing like frisbee. You don't have to throw it very far, but I think it's very fun. I think it's a tough game to play because you got to need a bigger area to play it. Yeah, but it's fun. I think
I'm gonna go with my second round pick. I'm gonna go Beersby.
Yeah,
just because throwing a frisbee at anything is fun. Can't go wrong with that. And then my third round pick, I'm going to go bocce ball. I love bocce ball.
I do like bocce ball. That's a good one.
That's a really fun game.
I'm trying to think what my last one could be, because it used to be a different one, but I don't really play that game anymore, and I wouldn't want to play it.
Did it involve darts?
No, that one's very dangerous. No one should be playing that. I don't know the exact name of it. The one that's like 2 golf balls on a string. What's the exact name of that?
That's a good question, because I've called it something that I probably shouldn't repeat, but the ladder golf ball game, we'll just call it.
We'll call it Goofy Golf.
Goofy Golf. There we go. That's a really fun game too.
Yeah, a ball on each side of a string, and you throw it, and you try to like catch it in a certain spot.
Yep, I like that game a lot. There's also my only one I had for honorable mention was it's called like washer toss, and it's like the circle
that's
in the
fun.
middle. And it's got the box. That's the only other one I could think of.
I don't mind horseshoes, but it's a very tough setup.
I do like horseshoes.
But you can't just like set it up wherever.
Yeah.
The one I was
absolutely.
talking about was spike ball. I used to play it a lot. I'm just not really that big of a fan anymore.
It's more of a workout than like bocce ball. You just walk around and throw a ball.
Yeah,
Where
it's a lot of
spike ball,
work.
you've gotta move around.
Yeah, and you gotta get 4 people that want to play it, and
Yep.
you're asking for
I
an injury
really
too.
do enjoy spike ball though too. I'm
You're
with
looking
you
to
on
get
that.
hurt.
Absolutely. Let us know what your guys' favorite yard games is, because that's going to do it for us here at TCF. As always, guys, thanks for hopping on. We appreciate your support. As always, make sure you check us out on X at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give all those pages a follow. Head over to YouTube for all of our content in video form. Find us wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars. Send it to a friend. Whatever you do, wherever you get your podcast, check us out there. You can find me on X at Booming TCF, and over there, Zach at Zalilia TCF. We'll try to be back next week. We're going to get our NFL picks going for week 2. This is just a practice week, so we'll be back for week 2. But thanks, guys, as always, for checking us out. This is episode 266 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.